Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tennis Picks and Bets here on the Mayo Media Network. I'm your host, John, at JR Tweets Tennis on Twitter or twitch.tv/tidbits tennis. I do some live streaming there, talk about matches, can field questions if you want to jump into those streams as well. Wow, what an interesting match today in the women's final. Probably got lucky on that over. I still feel like the Kerber match in the semifinals could have gone our way. So a bit of evening out there as we take down the over from a precarious position, if you will. Not exactly the best final to watch as a tennis fan, but from a tennis handicapping perspective, we will take that W and move on to the men's final. But before we get to the men's final, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the Mayo Media Network YouTube channel. And of course, if you prefer this in audio form, you can go over to Daily Fantasy Sports Picks and Bets, The Mix. Rate, review, subscribe, follow whichever podcast app you use. All right, Matteo Berrettini and Novak Djokovic, easily the two best grass court players in the world right now, squaring off on Sunday for the Wimbledon Championship. Look, Matteo Berrettini has not been defeated on grass this year, but he has not played Novak Djokovic on grass this year. That goes without saying, and this is a totally different animal. I am going back to the overs here, though, in the final. I don't think we're going to see Matteo Berrettini cave. I think his serve plays just too well on this surface. We saw Shapovalov push Djokovic, but this is kind of a different matchup. Berrettini does have the bigger serve and forehand than Shapovalov, but he doesn't have nearly the athleticism. So a little bit of give and take on both of those. The key here is Djokovic, even with his improved serve, looked vulnerable in the semis. If Shapovalov had have maintained his break lead in the first or taken any one of many chances in the subsequent two sets, he should easily have taken a set in that match, or he would have taken a set in that match. And look, I think Matteo Berrettini is perfectly capable of serving his way to a set or two. So we're going to take the over 37.5 games at minus 105 on this match. I think we get 4 sets, possibly 5, and we do have a huge server in Berrettini who's barely been broken on grass this season. And if we look back to the French Open quarterfinals, where he was rolled easily in the first 2 sets by Djokovic, came back, found that serving rhythm, was not broken in the third and won a tiebreak, and then was not broken until 5-all in the fourth. And he had held, I think, about 11 straight games before being broken by Djokovic. In that fourth set, Djokovic wins it 7-5. But I think that 7-6, 5-7, or 7-5 the other way that we saw in the final 2 sets of the French Open quarterfinals, much more likely to play out here. Remember, this serve is even more impressive on grass than it was in that French Open on clay. And it was good in those final 2 sets there. I don't think he has quite enough athleticism on return, however, to break Djokovic. So I'm not worried about a huge underdog coming through here in and keeping it under 37, right? If we're at 37 or under, that is. If Matteo Berrettini is going to win, the over should be a rather easy proposition to hit. And I do think even if he loses in 4 or 3 sets or 4 sets, he has the ability with that massive serve. The second serve is also huge. I mean, he's winning like 55 to 60% of points behind his second serve. I mean, to put that in context, that is an incredible number to do behind, your weaker serve. And that's just how big it is. Even against Felix Auger-Aliassime, you saw Felix looking up to his player's box. Like, what am I supposed to do? Even his second serves are coming in so quickly. So I think that his serve should be rock solid. I don't think we're going to see those nerves, despite it being his first Grand Slam final. Remember, he played Djokovic, and he got those nerves out of the way at the French Open in the quarterfinals already. He has plenty of experience against Djokovic now in this spot, got 4 sets at the French. Now he's into a tournament against him where he's more comfortable on this surface. He's already played Djokovic in best of 5 tennis. And in those final 2 sets, he proved he has what it takes to push Djokovic. I think the Matteo Berrettini being nervy at first and potentially having this be a 4-set under, I don't see that happening either. I think at 37.5, this one should be up around 38.5, maybe 39 games. Even if Djokovic wins, 7-6, 7-6, 7-5, that's probably where I'd have the line towards or 3 tie breaks. And I do think Berrettini has the skill set to take a set. That's just a little too juiced for my liking. So I'm going to go ahead and take the over. I don't think Matteo Berrettini gets this done in under 37 games. And if he takes that set as expected by the markets, it will certainly go over the 37.5 number. So let's play another over on this video. I hope everyone enjoyed the Wimbledon content. decent, pretty good first week. Ran into some problems this week, but we hit the over in the women's final. So let's go back and hit the over 37.5 games, -105 in the men's final as well.